I'm back.
Welcome back. Hello. Hi there. How you doing, Bootman?
Hello. You're going to start it now?
Yes, of course. Hello, fellow Cravers, and welcome to the CTG Podcast for Wednesday, the 11th of November. As always, you have me, GD. I am joined by Cajr, and I am joined by Hanksy. How are you today, everybody? And Vault Boy.
Most importantly, Vault Boy.
And most importantly, Vault Boy.
I just read inside this. It says, "This is not a toy" in capitals. It goes, "This is an adult collectible."
Yeah, I know. I love if you read it. Continue reading what it says there.
Not for recommended for ages 15 plus.
Yeah.
Not for sale. Caution for display purposes only. Okay. Not to be worn while performing any activity.
Oh my God! Stop wearing it.
What's that mean? Like breathing.
Yeah.
Do not use or wear. How do you going to use it other than wearing it?
Do not wear it.
Do not use or wear. So what the fuck you can use it for other than wearing it? Near heat or open flame.
No, my favourite bit there is what's it called? Do not use it for any other activity. Like
Other than
walking.
Like
It's
doing
a
a
mask.
podcast.
What else do you think we're going to use it
Is
for?
that cat suicide? Oh, I thought that cat was suicidal.
Oh,
You got an open door
And
and cat thinking head between door and frame.
wobble.
Seriously,
Anyway.
one day, mate, you really need to bolt that to the wall or
Yeah,
something.
they did knock
What,
it
the
over.
cat?
Yeah.
Yeah, the cat needs bolted down, definitely.
Right, okay, we'll get back to games now,
Let's
please.
go back to gaming, yes.
Time is limited.
So
Fallout 4
I'm
waits.
going to guess that before we even look into the news, we already know what this week's news is mainly going to be about, and that is
Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider. Yes, Tomb Raider is
No, I
coming out on
thought,
Friday.
I thought it was going to be backwards compatibility and the underwhelming list of games.
Oh, do you want to start with the underwhelming list, or do you want to start with the bad news or the good news?
There's bad news. There's good news. I thought it was just news.
Well, if you count Fallout 4 as good news, I guess.
Well, what's good about Fallout 4 apart from the fact it came out?
Yeah, you know.
And I've done about 10 minutes of it, and 10 minutes of the campaign, and about 3 hours of crafting a bloom settlement.
Yeah.
But then again, that's what we
Spent
found
40
out.
minutes harvesting and growing melons.
Before we start talking about it, if people haven't noticed, Fallout 4 came out on Tuesday, where everyone has been so excited for half of the year since we found out that this game is actually coming out. It's come out, and
pretty much.
well, like you said, most of us have spent crafting and messing around than actually playing the game itself. Which, no offense, Bethesda was expecting this. Please put your belly away,
The
mate.
thing is, that is part of the
Sorry,
game.
I didn't.
Yeah, that is the game, though, isn't it? The game is. It's not just going through the main missions. It is about the crafting and everything else. You haven't got to do it, but I think you're missing out if you don't.
Well, it's like everyone says about it. It's the actual main story is the last thing you technically do. Because I think
Yeah.
it's because of Fallout 3, which a lot of people have decided that, you know what, I might leave the main story to the end, because with Fallout 3 ended the game, didn't it, or something like that? Once you reached the water distillery.
Yeah, once you'd done
or
the
something.
final mission, because I think that final mission kind of
Stop the game.
supposedly changed the landscape, because it purified
Yeah.
all the water, and then everything grew again, and so...
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like an end game sort of thing. It was a
Yeah.
The thing is, we've already been told about Fallout 4 that if you do complete the main mission, you can go back into the game anyway. But I
Yeah.
think a lot of people are still thinking, no, I'm just going to go over here and build this settlement, and I'll get back to the story and find my family in a minute. But I want to build this house. I need to build a chair for this old lady who's high on jet.
I found some jet.
Yeah, mate. You can play it however you want. That's the whole point in it. And different people play the games different ways. I tend to play games, whether it's this or Assassin's Creed or whatever I'm playing. I tend to play it not that linear. You know, I do the main missions, but I dip in to do all the other bits and pieces, as I'm going along, rather than thinking, I'll do this bit and then I'll do that bit. I tend to be a bit more scattergun than that. But that's the beauty of this, isn't it? You don't have to be too linear.
Yeah, I think with me, how I play these characters, I try and explore as much as possible, get as many like quests and things like that done, and then just start get them started, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So you can, and then just start knocking off one by one.
Yeah.
The thing
Eventually, some of them happen to be main story.
The thing is with me, I think it's more of I prefer doing the exploring side of it before. The thing is, like I said, with Fallout 4, you have got a few different option things to do this time, and a lot of it has actually kind of got me worried of what we've. Now, like I said, I think I'm only a level 7 at the moment. I think it's level 50 is the highest, unless there's no maximum level this time.
Well, usually the level cap raises with DLC. Usually put another 10 levels on.
But either way, I'm still very new into Fallout 4. Like, I think all three of us are still quite new into it.
Yeah.
I think
a couple of hours.
I think you're the only one who's actually restarted it.
Yeah, I restarted because I got my
reasons.
taster and it's like
Yeah.
I wanted to restart.
But we're still quite new into it, and I think I've reached a point where we've seen, right, not much spoilers because this is at the very beginning of the game anyway, and I think a lot of the trailers already show this. You get your power suit already, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You already meet a Deathclaw, and be honest, you've already got a minigun. You technically could have 2 miniguns, like I've already got.
Yeah, mate.
Now, no offense, those things get me more worried than anything of what the hell are we going to be meeting once we get further into the game.
Yeah, but the power armor only works with the fusion cores.
Yeah.
Now, how widespread are them fusion cores going to be? And they do run out very fast.
I don't know,
Yeah.
I've already picked up 3.
Yeah, but they do run out very fast. You try sprinting and watch how your power bar and that.
Yeah,
power
I
bar
noticed
goes
that
down.
earlier when I was playing. Yeah.
So
Yeah, but yeah, like you said, you need something called a power coil to start up to actually use the power suit.
it's basically a battery for the power armor.
Well,
Yeah.
technically
Hence
you
the
could.
power set.
Yeah, technically you can still use the power armor,
It's
but
just it's
you cannot
limited.
run. You're basically walking very slowly with it.
Yeah.
It's like you're over encumbered.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And well, you can also still fast travel anyway, so you've still not got that much of a problem. But then again, I've not used the power suit as much as I would have thought I would. I think I've left it in Sanctuary at the moment, which is.
Did you remove the core?
No, I should do that.
I've read somewhere that there's a possibility that the citizens of wherever you leave it can actually use the armor.
That bloody Peyton.
Is it called Preston?
I don't
Yeah,
give a name. I don't care. The guy with the gun that you seem to want to kill him for. You're
Yeah,
not
I
gonna
don't
kill
I
him.
found
You
a
do
different
not kill
laser
him for the gun.
Did you not see the guy on the steps of the building they were in? There's
Yeah,
a
you
laser
get-
pistol. There's a laser rifle there.
You get
Laser
one
musket.
on the way into
Got
the
one, yeah.
museum.
Yeah, I didn't notice that the first time round.
Oh yeah. What do you guys...
I didn't notice it when I did the mission, and then I was watching Heavenly play it and realised it was there, and I thought, oh. So I went back, and it was still there, so that was handy.
So what do you guys think of the laser weapons that you've actually got to
I've not used it.
crank 'em up?
I ain't played it yet. I haven't used it. I've got it. I haven't really used it.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's going to be all the laser weapons, but the one that I've got, which is pretty much
Well,
like
it's
a pistol.
It's a musket.
You can-
It's a musket, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
musket.
it's saying
Yeah.
that the big one. It's a musket, and I think it might be a case of a musket is a very primitive weapon
Yeah.
Yeah.
in comparison to today. So it might be that's the primitive side of it. You have to wind up to use it.
Yeah. Plus, you can mod pretty much everything, can't you? So it could well be that you can mod it so that it, to turn it automatic.
Yeah. Well, so what things are you actually hoping to see that you haven't seen yet in this world? Before you say anything, we already know that there is laser rifles,
Although,
Yeah.
they'll have the plasma stuff
plasma
in
stuff
there.
in there. Yeah.
I don't know.
I would
Dunno.
like.
Not thought about that,
I'm
really.
more excited about bigger, badder enemies that make the Deathclaw like child's
Well,
play.
I think the super mutants come back in, the giant mutants,
Yeah.
the behemoths, I think they were called.
Weren't they in New Vegas?
No.
No.
The mutants were, but the mutant behemoths weren't. Because I was looking at the achievements, and let me just try and find that achievement. Because there was something about think it's Myler at Queens as well.
Oh, I've heard of them. Yeah. Yeah.
I saw earlier. I saw earlier on YouTube somebody put a video up. You can build mechs, can't you, to sort of like to protect your settlements and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, somebody put up on YouTube this battle between about 50 mechs and 50 raiders.
Oh yeah.
It's just this amazing video. I'm just going at it for about 5 minutes until basically all the raiders were killed.
Why Cajr finds the thing? I've got a little news story that's popped up here on Polygon about Fallout 4 yesterday. Now we are in an age where a lot of people stream, don't they?
Yes.
Well, the game broke records for peak concurrent players on Steam.
Right.
Did I say Steam?
Yeah, you did say Steam. You meant Twitch.
On Steam. No, on Steam. But a lot of
Right.
gamers are watching other people play the game too. While it has yet to set new records on Twitch, it's still driven up traffic for the streaming service, according to Twitch's app's viewership stats. At its peak, almost 245,000 concurrent viewers were watching various streams of Fallout 4 related content. While this number has since fallen, of course, because other people have decided either to play the game or watch something else. It's Twitch. Twitch's stats show that the game was watched by more people than other popular titles, League of Legends and Counter-Strike Global Offensive, on its launch day, which is a huge record to keep hold of because they seem to always be at the top, don't they? When you look in the game file, even when any game comes out, I think it's the first time I've seen something like that happen, because even Grand Theft Auto 5 didn't manage to do that.
No.
But that might be because it was on 360 and PS3 when it launched. Not many people were streaming it then. But did you find the thing?
Yes, I did. The achievement it says refine, kill 5 giant creatures. It's basically seek out super mutant behemoths and Myler at Queens.
Oh.
Yeah, they're going to be the big ones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fallout
4 still. Fallout 4
It's still not the top. Yeah.
It will be. It will be for next week or two.
Yeah,
because
Fallout 4, then League of Legends, then Counter-Strike, then Call of Duty.
So, quick question. Now, okay, like I said, we've only played a little bit of it at the moment. And this is hard to judge it on this, but you know what question I'm about to ask. Do you think this is Game of the Year at the moment?
I'm nowhere far enough into it.
I don't know. Yeah, I couldn't say that yet.
It's hard to say that based on what little we've seen. It'd have to be a game you have to delve into, see how long it takes you, see if you how long it takes.
And it
you
is
to
a game.
enjoy.
It's one of them games you're really going to have to invest in. You're really going to have to invest time into it. It's not like an Assassin's Creed where you can get on it, play a few hours, and be halfway through. You know what I mean? It's going to be something you've really got to invest some time into.
Yeah, but then again, I think this is the first time I've actually played a game like that, where I've actually sat down and played it for quite a long time.
Yeah.
Where I've actually reached to a point where I'm telling myself I've got to stop because we've got to do some kind of video because we're running out of videos for YouTube. Looking for me, we've got Billy still doing Silent Hill and Ryan still playing Lego Dimensions. So, which I think he's supposed to be doing some more videos for me in that. But that's a good point. Why none of us have done a Fallout video yet?
I think the problem is once you get your freedom, everyone's playthrough is going to be vastly different because you're all going to scatter. And it's, it's. Yeah.
But then again, that's what we want. That the thing is, when it comes to our Let's Plays, it's not
and also
really...
you've got to think of it this way: for somebody watching it, they might be taking the time. Somebody might be doing focus on something else which they don't want to see. There's the travelling time. You might have to find nothing for a few minutes. It's like, well, I've got to fill this time with random shit.
No offense, but it doesn't bother you guys stream it. It's the one who's got to edit it and think, you know what, I might just take away this bit here because technically they're just walking.
Yeah, and then when he goes back, does a stream, when he cuts it back on, they're halfway through a sentence because he didn't listen to it.
When did I do that? What video did I do that?
I'm not saying you did it, but I'm saying if you're going to start cutting chunks out of it,
Oh,
yeah,
you have to make sure you're going to have to make sure they're not
One
talking
minute,
about
who says
something.
that I haven't taken chunks out of things before?
Yeah, but,
I do listen. I know how to do some kind of video editing.
yeah, but
in a way.
if someone's talking about something and somebody that's talking at the end of something,
Yeah.
like a bit clearly there's a bit of missing.
Well, anyway, something that we haven't mentioned about Fallout 4. A lot of people have been complaining a little bit about something we don't really care about that much. Frames, again, especially on
Couldn't care less.
consoles. Yeah,
I don't even want to get into this argument. It just pisses me off.
I know.
I really don't give a shit.
They're whinging about frames. Just enjoy the frigging game.
Well, I think a lot of people have been moaning because they've been saying, "Oh, it's been going into single figures," which I understand. If it goes into single figures, then yeah, okay, that is a bit of a problem.
Can I ask, is this PC version mainly?
No, this is the console version mainly. The
I'm not
PC, for once, the PC version is actually working compared to the console version. It's pretty much, a lot of people are saying it's revenge for what happened with Batman. I'm thinking, okay, yeah, at least we can still play Fallout here. We don't have to wait about 6 or 7 months until it comes out, and then it only worked for some of you.
For some of you, for some of the time.
Yeah. But yeah, there's been a lot of people have been moaning about it, saying that, oh, it's been dropping down to single frames. I think one person even moaned saying that it went to 0 frames per second. How can something drop down to 0 frames per second?
That
You need at
means
least
it froze.
one.
That would just be that'd be a
That just
frozen
means
frame.
it's
wouldn't it?
froze. That's a whole different problem.
That should no, because technically that's just that it should be just a frozen frame. That means it's crashed. It doesn't mean that the frames have stopped. It means it's crashed. But a lot of them have been saying that the PS4's been suffering the most at the moment with glitches and that lot. And even then, okay, I would say there has been a few glitches on the Xbox version. I was expecting it. Do you know why I'm expecting it?
I've not found any glitches yet, really.
But then again, if you find a glitch in Fallout 4, would you think, oh, it's Bethesda?
Well,
How many games have you seen that they have actually had glitches and it's been Bethesda?
When you put out a
critical?
game which is as big and as complicated as Fallout or Skyrim or, Elder Scrolls Online, there are going to be glitches.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
because you can't test everything, to the extent that you can completely wipe them out. It just can't be done.
But then again, yeah, I know what you mean. You can't test everything. It's like any game that comes out. You can't test anything. But we have seen... But then again, let's look at last year. Again, how many problems do we have with big games? But then again, like you said, you can't test everything.
But but you see, they've crammed so much in physics. They cram so much into the games. They try to cram as much as humanly possible, and because of that, there's gonna be the odd glitches here and there. Maybe an exploit to get as much money as possible on some games or whatever. But then when you get a game like Assassin's Creed, and you get these faceless wonders, were it faceless? No, it was.
Yeah, Unity was when it first came out.
Yeah, that's not a huge game. They tried to basically cram it with people and buildings, which you can't even enter, and that's people can't. They're the glitches. Why have they got such a big glitch like that with people's faces?
Yeah.
When of Fallout 4, I can't remember many glitches in things like New Vegas and things.
I mean, you're gonna have, but when you've got a game when games were linear, right, so that you had to play a game in a certain way. You could only get when you look at the
you could easily script it in.
Yeah, Final Fantasy. Yeah, watching Final Fantasy X with Heavenly the other day now, and a lot of that is you can only go this way and then you go that way, and you meet this bad and you meet that bad. You can test that. Yeah. When you've got a game where you can pretty much go wherever you want, you can't possibly test because everybody will have a different experience.
Yeah.
So there will be some glitches, but. I think we all trust Bethesda to sort it out if anything bad happens, isn't it?
Yeah, I agree. The thing is, that's
Hi, what's it?
Hi, what's it?
Hi, what's it?
I love it because my chat doesn't still work properly for some weird reason.
I am a chat king.
You have a checking. Good for you. But you know, like you said, I do fully trust Bethesda to fix it. The thing is, if anyone knows big worlds, Bethesda knows big worlds.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of people have been more shocked also about the size of the game as well. I think, is it 23 gigs or something like that?
But yeah, 23, 25 gigs, wasn't it? Something like that.
It was like when the actual game launched at midnight, I had this guy on Xbox who asked me if I pre-installed it. And then, it was you.
Yeah, that's me as well. There was 20 minutes of pain while Cajr was still installed and we were playing as well.
Do you know what I ended up doing? I left it installed and went to fucking sleep. I had to work in the morning. I was sat literally where I am now and thinking, I'm like nodding off and thinking, do I play a Fallout and pull an all-nighter, or do I go to sleep and go to work?
I found it funny where you asked me, have you pre-installed it?
Yeah.
I like to point out it's an Xbox One version. What do you think I did?
Well, I don't fucking know.
You know, if it's something that as big as Fallout, I would get it digitally for reasons that we have mentioned on the podcast before.
Same as us.
Yeah. But yeah, if I've got something digitally, you would pre-install it anyway if you can. I think this is one of first games where Steam's also allowed you to pre-install the game as well.
Did they do it with GTA?
They did it with GTA, which was the first one, and I think this is the second biggest game that they've allowed it to do it as well, which makes sense, of course, because a lot of people want to play the game on midnight, which I'm happy it's worked. I was expecting a lot of people to suffer, like with Black Ops, like Call of Duty and Halo, where people have had to reinstall it or something like that. I was expecting that kind of problem with this again. Well, it seems that it ran perfectly smoothly.
Yeah, we had problems. I think it was The Witcher when The Witcher 3 came out. We pre-installed that, came to midnight, and couldn't blink and play it.
Well, it's like
and it wasn't until the next day that we could actually play it.
Well, it's like also with the install on the actual night as well. I think, Cajr, did you say they installed quite quickly?
Yeah.
Already. Now, I've not spoken to anyone who's actually bought the game digitally on the night. But I'm expecting that there wasn't that many problems. It's like even with Halo, I think I ended up getting the game on the Friday.
Yeah.
As the game came out, was it the Tuesday or something like that?
Yeah.
And I still had to wait nearly 24 hours for the game to finish downloading.
Mine took we put on.
What the fuck you
bought it
downloading
about
from?
midday. Hey?
Where the fuck are you downloading it from? Sahara Desert?
Yeah, by the looks of
Yeah, it
things.
feels like it. It's not as bad as
24
Elder
hours,
Scrolls.
Yeah, it took
Elder
24
Scrolls
hours.
is the worst.
Yeah.
It took me
Really?
I think mine took about 12 hours, I think, to download, to be fair.
But then again,
Halo. I mean, Elder Scrolls took a full day.
But then again, a lot of people did complain about Halo 5, especially installing it. A lot of people had problems getting it installed. But then again, no offense, a lot of people were probably installing the game even after a couple of days because they were still waiting 24 hours for the game to install. But you know what? We've had quite a few good games come out already, haven't we? This year.
Yeah,
We've
it's
not
been a
had that
good
many
year.
problems, have we? Especially console-wise. We've not...
Console have not had the problems. PC's had the
Oh,
problems.
they've had one major problem. That was Arkham Knight, which we keep reminding them of.
Yeah.
Well, and the endless amount of delays for GTA 5. For that.
Oh, look, they finally got it, but they ended up getting video editor in that lot, and they kind of flaunted that over us until we got it, and then we looked at it and thought, you know what, it's not actually that good. But yeah, I think so far this year, now I think we've got Rise of the Tomb Raider that comes out on Friday. We've got Just Cause 3 coming out on December, and there was another game coming out in December.
Battlefront.
We've got Battlefront
comes
as well,
out
yeah.
this month, I think.
And we've also got Rainbow Six Siege as well coming out this year. So we've got a few more games coming out, big games coming out. But compared to last year, compared to problems that we had last year, we're doing quite well. They've actually learned from last year by the looks of things, especially Microsoft with Halo.
Yeah.
Well, they couldn't actually go much worse after.
Yeah, they could. They could still make it not work.
Yeah. It's nostalgia. Yeah.
It actually works this time. Well done. You've actually done one step up from the Master Chief Collection, which I still think isn't working properly. Well, now people are playing Halo 5.
The biggest improvement from the point of view of glitches has been Assassin's Creed.
What, Syndicate?
Yeah. Compared with last year, compared with Unity, which was so glitchy.
Oh,
Syndicate,
God, yeah.
I found not glitchy at all, really. There's been the odd. It's crashed a couple of times, but overall it's been pretty good.
Well, like I said, I think the most glitchy game so far this holiday season is Fallout 4, but not many people have noticed it. I think a lot of people have been saying there has been a few no faces that been made famous by Unity.
Yeah.
That brings a ton of nightmares to people. But even I would say WWE 2K16, it seems to be working a lot better than 15 was. And we've only had a bit of testing of it. We're probably going to be doing a bit more later this week. But so far, it's been working quite fine. And I would say the games are definitely a lot more fun than last year's iteration of it. Iteration. That's the word. Yeah, sure. But
I love these conversations you have with yourself.
Thank you. Just make sure it's right. Is it right? Yeah, it's right. Any last words you want to say about Fallout 4 before we move on?
No, I just think it's going to be a case of carry on playing through it, and I think it can only get better.
Like I said, we've got to stop one day because we have actually got to do some filming for YouTube. We have we're running out of footage, people. It's like we've also got the thing that we're supposed to be doing at the end of the month, which I need to find out when you guys are free for that as well. Which we'll see what happens in December. Never, no! Anyway, let's move on to the big underwhelming news that we have been waiting for so long. What games will be backwards compatible for the Xbox One from the 360? Anything jump out to you guys that we didn't already know?
No.
I don't think I've actually seen the list. I'm just having a look now.
Well, I've got the list here now.
I've got the list here too.
You've got Assassin's Creed 2. Completed it.
Yeah, 1 minute. That's what a lot of people have been moaning about. Assassin's Creed 2 is there, but Brotherhood and what's the other one?
Well, it's like we said, Mass Effect. You've only got the first Mass Effect. There's no 2 or 3. There's only Fallout 3, no Fallout New Vegas. It's like they're using the first game as like a test and see how many downloaded.
No offense, but you see it like a test. What do you think is on the preview programmer for?
Yeah, but the testing to see whether their game is going to be downloaded. I mean, one game that isn't on the list, which surprised me, Burnout Paradise.
The thing is, we know that is coming, but we don't know when it's coming.
Yeah, but I would have thought, because they said early they wanted to be part of it. They said right at the very start, didn't they, pretty much? Yeah. We want to be part of the bring it to backwards compatibility. Now, like I said, it surprises me they haven't put it in. I mean, like I said, there's a few games here
I've never heard of.
Yeah.
Why only Halo Spartan Assault? Why not Reach?
Well, the article I'm looking at,
because Reach wasn't. A lot of people were disappointed, weren't they? Because Reach wasn't with the Master Chief Collection, obviously because he wasn't in it. But why?
I've got this thing at the top here. Before it says our launch of 104 titles on November 12th is just the beginning. You can expect new Xbox One backwards compatible games to be announced on a regular basis starting in December. More titles are on the way, including fan favorites like Halo Reach, Halo Wars, Call of Duty Black Ops 1, Bioshock 2, Bioshock Infinite, and Skate 3.
Well, I understand why Skate 3 is going to be on there, because it got made popular again thanks to streamers, wasn't it? And PewDiePie.
But yeah, like I said, I'm looking down it. I mean, there's nothing here which is...
It's not, not a great list, is it really?
It's the arcade games. It's basically It's just the arcade games.
No, if you Stick of Truth. I wouldn't mind playing that again.
But then again, I've got it on PC, so what's the? But then again, I'm happy that's there because I would say that is one of the great games that came out when the Xbox One and the PS4 came out.
Yeah.
I think the only one to me that jumps out to me, which I never knew about before, I've never played it myself, and that's Mirror's Edge.
Yeah. Well, that's
I just noticed that.
So now we've seen Mirror's Edge on there. What are the chances we're going to see a special pre-order bonus with Catalyst that gives you the original Mirror's Edge?
Possibly.
Yeah. Well, then again, it's EA.
Yeah, they're not going to give away for free. I mean, you got Fable 2. Why not Fable 3?
Yeah,
Fable 3's on the list.
No, it isn't.
Not on my list.
Oh, no, it's not. Sorry, no, it's Fallout 3.
When I first saw that, I thought, no, it's not.
Yeah, no, I read that wrong.
Yeah, so...
Well, that's stupid as well because we all had Fable 3 as the first game of gold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it would have made sense to have put that out there.
See the place of the famous
the sewers.
Yeah, no offense, but that has actually kind of upset me a little bit because I was looking forward to going back and playing.
I bet you were, you dirty bastard.
You're going to take Kevin in with you.
Hey, she's engaged though.
Whoa, sorry. What's not good? What's it?
I can't see the bloody chat.
It's not good that you're tired.
Just put. All right, yeah. Sorry. Anyway, carry on. But yeah, like I said,
it's pretty. I mean, it is pretty underwhelming, isn't it? Really, when you consider it is all the arcades. So the arcade stuff, even some of the big ones that's missing. There's no Uno. I'm really pissed off. There's no Uno.
Yeah, because all we wanted to see was more bloody dick pics in that stupid.
That's
thing.
all. Well, it's where I did my best photography.
What?
But ignoring the dick pics, it was a good game. Oh, you know what else isn't on here, which has really annoyed me?
What?
There's no Bomberman.
Yeah, I want Bomberman.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think we could all go through and say there's games we want on there. I mean, I'm a bit gutted there's no grid.
Yeah.
For nostalgia reasons.
Yeah.
I mean, we could.
PlayStation now.
Like I say, we've got favourites from 360 here. You've got the Left 4 Dead. There's no Left 4 Dead there.
No. But there is free Sonic the Pissing Hedgehogs.
I'm feeding Frenzy. I'm feeding Frenzy too. No thanks, but like I said, there's certain big games. All right, there is big games on there, but I think it's for the fact that we already knew about these games, which made it a bit underwhelming. It's like we already knew about Fallout 3 because of us getting it with Fallout 4. We kind of already knew about Castle Crashers, but what is the point when most of us already got the HD remaster now, which I still think that's a big arcade game. If anything, that's kind of upset me a little bit because I already had it on the 360. So, and I think that's upset a lot of people. But then again, you got the game for free anyway, so it's no major problem there. And I would say Rainbow Six Vegas and Rainbow Six Vegas 2, they are two great games.
We did get told about them. They are parts of the Siege. You get them with Siege.
You get them with Siege. I think that's the thing. I think the bigger games that are on this list are games that are going to be coming backwards compatible.
Like Just Cause 2 coming
game.
with Just Cause 3. Exactly. Gears of War came with Gears of War Ultimate Edition.
I think the only big surprise that we got on this list, which we mentioned already, is South Park: The Stick of Truth.
Yeah,
I'd say Mirror's Edge.
And Mirror's Edge. They're the two that they're the two that stick out to me.
Yeah, they're the two we didn't know about.
The rest of it you would have expected. You'd have expected.
Borderlands came backwards compatible a few months ago, didn't it?
Yeah.
Everything else was announced.
Yeah.
Mass Effect was one of the original titles. You know, it's been very, very, very underwhelming. That.
Yeah.
But then again, there's something that I'm happy about this because going back to EGX on an earlier podcast, I did mention about speaking to the guys who are doing Deus Ex Mankind Divided.
Yeah.
Well, it seems that the publisher has kind of been given huge suggestions now that Deus Ex Human Revolution may be on its way backwards compatible soon, which I'm excited about.
I mean, I think basically we're seeing it with Fallout, and I think that it's going to be the new thing, isn't it?
It's what's going to make
when a game comes out, they'll make it
Xbox
backwards
One.
compatible.
Is that the fact that you've not played that game yet? Well, here you go. Enjoy it. It was on the 360, wasn't it?
And people like to feel they're getting something, don't they? So that was the thing. The reason the reason I know that I got, and I know you did as well, GD, got the. And I think Cajr as well got Fallout 4 on the Xbox was because you were going to get the access to Fallout 3.
Yes and no with me.
That was the reason for me. So then you feel, well, you're getting...
I think
I'm getting 2 games here. You know?
I think it was the reason why I pre-ordered the game. Pre-downloaded the game was because of Fallout 3. But I would have been getting it on the Xbox One anyway because of Martin.
Main reason most of my games are currently going on the Xbox is because I've got my external hard drive.
And that too, yeah.
Because when I did WWE last week for PS4, I had to delete things.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm thinking of getting myself another hard drive anyway for the PS4 because streaming-wise, I still think the PlayStation works better. It's like, I bet you're still having problems with your Mass Effect, aren't you?
Not tried it.
You've not tried it yet? You're going to try it after the actual updates come through? Yeah,
I'm going to try it after the backwards compatibility is released, and I'm going to... And the update's been done and all that.
Oh yeah, by the way, we did mention that the update comes out on the 12th of November. So if you're listening to this on YouTube or audio, guess what? It's already there for you. But if you're watching it now, it comes out tomorrow. So, yay, I guess. By the way, dashboard is shit.
We're going to come on to that, won't we?
Oh, we're going to go...
Can we start on the dashboard?
You know what? Hanksy's not had a go of it. Go on, Hanksy. Vent your dashboard.
I hate this thing. I mean, I didn't like the Xbox dashboard, but the Xbox dashboard we've got upstairs, I didn't like. But they've actually taken a turd and polished it. That's what they've done. They've shined up this turd. All right, it's just awful, and I just don't understand why anybody at Xbox thought this would be better. It's actually more cumbersome than the original.
Yeah, the thing about the original is it was relatively easy to navigate.
Yeah.
Because especially with your pins is normally things you want to get to quickly.
Yeah.
But now you have to scroll all the way to the bottom to get to it. It's like, just go to games and apps, so go and find it through the games list.
It was a pain to start with because it was like the whole thing. Oh, where's settings? Oh, you've got to go into apps and then go into this and there's settings. Once you actually worked out you could pin stuff, it made things that bit better.
The bloody pin system as well. That's the thing.
Yeah,
hated the pin system.
Well, the pin system it kind of made it useful. when all you just do is press to the left. It was a case of it's quick and easy.
And now you press to the left and there's everything there.
Yeah. I do like how it's streamlined getting to your friends list and all that by pressing to the left.
Agree.
But
it seems to have affected everything else.
Yeah, pins is now right at the bottom of the list, so it seems quicker to just go through your games and apps and everything.
Yeah.
Then you've got One Guide next.
It's horrible.
Yeah. Like I said, we've moaned about this, I think, for the past 2 weeks now, and it doesn't get any better.
And next week we're going to have everybody in the world.
Everyone else is going to be moaning about it.
You can all join us.
The only one thing I've got to say about the new dashboard is, why the hell did they think this was a good idea to make? They were doing so well. They were slowly realizing that they're a gaming console, and then they kind of just dropped everything and decided to go and make it something else because Windows 10 has come out.
Yeah.
We don't want to connect to Windows 10. If we want to connect to Windows 10, we would have asked you to connect us to Windows 10. Stop giving us things we don't want.
It's basically Microsoft are railroading us. It's saying, you will go down this path, you will not deviate, you are getting this, and you could either like it or lump it.
Mm-hmm.
Now you sit there and enjoy it. What, you don't want the One Guide? Tough.
I mean, I think you brought up GD originally, the achievements list now.
Yeah.
We'll show you the last couple.
Stupid 5 achievements. What the hell?
Is it last 5 achievements or last 5 games or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
So anything you played it's like 10 games ago.
I think that's just broken.
Yeah.
Though. That's. I think they'll fix.
Yeah, but if you want to check a game to see if what achievements you missed on a game, say you're thinking of getting rid of a game, and you think I ain't played for a while, just check what achievements I'm missing, any I might want to get, and then it's like, oh, I can't.
But that's one thing that is annoying me about the achievements itself with it, is that with the old dashboard, there was an actual separate page that you could go onto your achievements. You probably can still go onto it, but there's no way you're going to be able to find it with this new dashboard. But it was nice because you could just scroll through because you had your Xbox One and your 360 achievements there, which is a good idea since you're going to be doing backwards compatibility.
Yeah. Oh.
Stop making us do your job. You're supposed to be the ones who were thinking this.
Do you get the feeling that the person who's in charge of Xbox...
It's a chimp, yes. It's just one chimp.
No, it's even better. Is a PS4 fan.
It does feel that way, doesn't it?
It's like, they're catching up on PS4. Yeah. I'll fuck them up. I'll throw this in.
I just realised what it is. It's not the dashboard that's causing all the problems. It's the Blu-ray player. It's Sony. Just standing there thinking, let's do it now. Press the button. We're giving you a shit dashboard.
Yeah, I could see it quickly being turned around into something. Oh, yeah. I mean, the thing I don't understand is they had a really good dashboard on the 360.
Yeah, I know.
It worked. It was it was quick. And then they give us the shite they give us, and then they give us even more shit. It's like, do they not understand evolution? You're supposed to get better.
Yeah. Now I'd like to point out, I wasn't a huge fan of the slate things when the 360 came out, but at least
the original slates.
But at least it was better than what we got on the Xbox One.
Well, in essence, is that not what we've got now? It's just the
seems to have gone back a bit.
We've gone back to the slates.
It's like the slates now. It's like we've got the slate system in a sense where you've got one thing on the next page and you press it right and it goes it's like a new slate. It's like turning a page. Sort of thing.
Do you know?
It's like.
So the good news is then in about 2 years' time we'll actually have a dashboard that we can piss in use.
And you'll have that. You have your avatar back as well.
I'm going to say the avatars came back. What they're going to be used for at the moment, I've got a frigging clue.
You can use it for a picture.
We've got Kingdom of Keflings back now, haven't we?
Yeah, that came back with backwards compatibility preview program.
I like to think this is what's happening in the Xbox department's mind. Well, they want backwards compatible. Do you think they would want the original dashboard back as well? Let's try.
I wouldn't mind it for a placeholder.
No,
it's not.
Just just until they actually got a proper decent design put out.
No, I'd like to point out we're complaining about this. It might be something completely different when the actual update comes out tomorrow.
Well, we're supposed to be Well, it's not much of a preview program. It's
not much of a preview, is it?
Yeah. And then they changed everything.
It pops up in the preview program. Lol, that wasn't the actual dashboard.
Yeah. April Fool.
April Fools. It's November.
It's an early April Fool.
It's very early. But I don't know. So that is our complaint about the Xbox dashboard of the week.
Yeah.
So, like I said, we never know. Something might work better when it actually comes out on Thursday. I doubt it. I've got a feeling what we've seen with the preview program is what we're going to be getting, which is, if anything, upsetting. So, we've already said so much we hate. I think we need to talk a little bit about BlizzCon as well, because that happened this weekend. That's just gone. A few things.
Is that where they premiered the trailer?
They premiered the Warcraft trailer, yes.
Yeah.
Are you guys looking forward to it? I'm not. I'm not a fan of Warcraft.
I was thinking about this film, and I'm thinking it's going to be... I think I get the feeling it could be one of those things where the fanboys, the people who know World of Warcraft, are either going to love it or hate it.
So like any video game movie.
But I think it's one of those games those films that people who haven't played Warcraft, like myself, could enjoy it because you've no pre-knowledge of it. You've no knowledge of what the game is become now. Because is this set before World of Warcraft or whatever?
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be set when Warcraft. It's like to point out, the movie is not World of Warcraft. The movie is Warcraft.
Yeah. So it's set. It's like I said, it's going to be set before events of World of Warcraft.
Yeah. So
It's like, but people will know the lore of the game and everything. So they'll have preconceived. It's like going to watch Star Wars with knowing what's going to happen.
Mm.
Or watching a Resident Evil film, which is based off the actual games instead of the shit they shuffle out these days. You know, if you go in with that preconceived notion, you think, right, these are the people that I should be seeing. These are the places. These is what's supposed to happen, and then you go, that didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like the first Resident Evil film. Most people thought it'll be like the first one in the mansion with Chris and Jill. Then it turns out it's this woman called Alice, and it's not a mansion; it's underground.
Well, I still would say that the Resident Evil movies, if you think them as a separate franchise, are still
But
good.
That's my point. If you go into watching them films with the knowledge of the Resident Evil franchise games, you get disappointed because of that. You think, oh, it's not what I was expecting.
Having some of the knowledge isn't that bad. It makes you think, oh, that character's there. But you got to think, this is not following that story.
Exactly, that's my point. So Warcraft is going to be one of those the people who know the story will either love it or hate it.
Well,
depending on how close it follows it, and then people like myself, it could be like I enjoy it because it's just another film to me.
Well, I think Warcraft, the movie Warcraft, is actually supposed to be following the story of the original game anyway. So we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I might watch it, but I'm not a fan of Warcraft anyway.
It's not one I'm going to go watch at cinema. Go to cinema and watch.
No, it's not.
I'm going to wait. I'll wait and see what gets said about it when it comes out. So. It being a film based on a game, automatically I have low expectations because there are very few films that have managed to cross over. I think.
John, I saw something which surprised me the other day.
What's that?
Where was I? I think Asda. And you know what film based off a game I saw? Tekken 2.
Oh yeah, I've seen the Tekken movie.
The first Tekken movie.
No, I don't think I've seen them.
Yeah, I've seen the first Tekken movie.
I think I've seen the second movies.
I won't say it was bad, but it wasn't.
It wasn't great.
But if you think about it, I don't even think the Resident Evil franchise are good films, particularly. No. I can't really think of any. I can't really think now off the top of my head of any game that has successfully made the crossover.
Prince of Persia
to be in a movie.
Never seen it.
No, I still don't think it was great.
Well, there's still a problem with movies based on games because it's like, do you stick to the core story or do you deviate from it? I mean, Resident Evil was wildly different to the original Resident Evil game.
Yeah.
Like you're expecting it to be in a mansion, which is where it starts.
Oh yeah.
Fair enough. And then you're slowly underground in this.
I mean, the problem is, right? But when they make these films, they try to play. So you take that. The problem is they think, okay, we're going to set this Resident Evil film in a different setting with different characters, and if they carry on with that and carry on with that mindset and actually make this a film with the same title as the game, but this is a completely different film, then maybe they can get away with it. The problem is they then do try bringing stuff from the games, and it doesn't work.
But then they started bringing all these superpowers in with Alice and things like that.
It doesn't work.
Well, the thing is that with Resident Evil, I think we've got one more movie coming out of it, haven't we? The final chapter.
I've just thought of a possibility of why they are actually bad. Some of them. It's because if they're based off a linear game where you can't deviate, I just thought of a game which might turn out to be good because of its freedom. Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, that's supposed to be made.
That could be good because they've got more freedom. They've got more. In the game you could do this, but we're going to do it this way, and you know how you could have done it in the game because everyone's playthrough would have been different. Whereas Resident Evil, everyone went from this point to this point. You might have wandered around elsewhere, but you pretty much went from this point to this point doing this.
Well, by the looks of things, it's not just Warcraft that is also being made into a movie that was announced. Well, we already knew Warcraft is being made into a movie.
Yeah.
Witcher is also going to be coming to theatres soon as well. They're shooting for a 2017 release as well. And the film takes after the original short stories of the game. Which I did not know that The Witcher was actually originally short stories.
How long
today.
how long is it going to be till we get an Elder Scrolls film? Doesn't have to be based on Skyrim or Oblivion. It can be set on one of the stories which you can read in the game. You know, the books.
I don't know, because, no offense.
Well, because there's lots of lore they can go into.
There's lots of lore, but it's more Bethesda will want it. The thing is, if you think about it, okay, we only know Bethesda for 2 games, which is Fallout and...
I think people will be watching to see what happens with Warcraft. Because, I mean, the noises that are coming out of the industry in terms of like the critics and that, there are people saying, actually, this might be the first time that a game has transferred to the big screen and succeeded. You know, I mean, I heard Mark Kermode saying something around this the other week, where he was actually saying it's possible this could happen. If they manage it, if Blizzard pull this off, then I think you will see people like Bethesda looking at it and thinking, well, yeah, possibly. Yeah. Because you might actually have some sort of a model which people can follow, which will be successful. Because so far it hasn't happened. So far we've ended up with games like the Hitman and stuff like that, which are just
that Hitman movie
not
is
to
bad.
mention Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter and all that toss. And it's, you know, no.
Yeah, well,
so I think it'll be interesting to see.
You talk about Street Fighter. The thing about Street Fighter, back when they were first originally made, they basically had no story. It's basically you fight somebody, and then at the end of it, when you beat the boss, whoever it happens to be on that game, whether it was Shinnok or Shao Kahn or whoever, it was like, right, you get maybe a cutscene.
Yeah.
Right. Before that, there was no story. And then everyone's got their own cutscene as if they're the main person. So it's how do you integrate all them into a tangible story?
But the thing is, they didn't, did they? That was the point. That was what was so bad about that film. Kylie and John Claude, and it was awful.
I don't know.
That was Street Fighter with John Claude, wasn't it?
I think Kylie made a very good cameo in that movie.
It was awful.
Well, she doesn't even exist in the game. Well, she didn't exist at the time, I don't think.
She does now.
Yeah.
But, you know, when you've got games which have no story in a sense, I mean, you've got the freedom to make a story, but then you've got these preconceived notions of the characters because they're using the same characters. So it's hard with it. I mean, like I say, things which are open world, you've got a lot more because you can have certain quests that you just throw in there, like, or somebody you meet that's famous within the game. Like, I think there was somebody on Oblivion, I think, and he just basically ran everywhere.
All right, I've got a question about Bethesda. Would you rather see them make a movie, or would you rather see them do a TV series? I would rather see a TV series, if anything, because of the side quest aspect of it. Yeah, I would love that. Fallout 4, the TV series. It's basically 3 or 4 episodes of them building a house.
That would be mine anyway.
That would be awesome.
That's actually a good question.
I don't know.
You're surprised I actually did a good question.
My God, did you write that one down? I don't know. I mean, what I think the model will be is and I think we'll see this with Warcraft. I've got a feeling it'll come out as a movie. If it does well, there will then be a spin-off, a Stargate type scenario.
Yes.
It could be, or it could be that they build a universe around that one film, and then it's like the Marvel. You have the films, then you have the TV shows as well. They could do it that way. They could do it where they have an interlinking universe and say, right, like, to go back to Skyrim, you could have, right, this is the main thing. It could do the Dragonborn. Yeah. That's the main quest. Right. And then you could have the TV series where you've got the companions he meets along the way. Could be in a TV series where they're doing quests. It could be just going through the companions. He joins the companions and they trying to help him in some way.
It could just be like an origin for a movie and then do a TV series, in other words. That might be actually, do the side quests as a series. But I wouldn't mind watching a Fallout series.
No.
Because I think that'd be quite cool. But
I don't know about that because
it'll be on Sci-Fi, if anything.
I could see him doing it better with Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
Because I think with Elder Scrolls they've got more they can call upon. They could bring the gods into it. They could have an Oblivion crisis again. They've got the dragons. You've got the caves with all the like you got the spiders. You've got you've got so many things. You've got the civil war going on in Skyrim.
Yeah.
You've got you've got all these things. Whereas Fallout, don't quite have that much of a universe. You think about it. You got different places. You could expand on things, but you don't have it. It'd be too much of the same. It'd be like, go to this town, this quest, do this thing for help them out.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, move on to the next one.
Either way, I don't know. Then thinking of it, like you said with Warcraft, I think games which have more of an open world have got more of an opportunity.
Yeah.
Not just movie-wise, but to have a spin-off with it. Like even with Warcraft as well, we could see a TV series be made from that because of the side quest aspect of it. I think that's the thing that makes it doable, in my opinion, is that if a game has side quests, it seems more doable to do that. If they do side quests well. In other words,
I think they cherry pick the side quests, or they mix a few side quests together and say, "This you do this thing to get to this point," and then they say, "Right, we'll bring this side quest in, so they have to go through this place and do this and this." You know, instead of making it a straight line from A to B, they go, right, you got to go meander around going through other side quests.
Well, it's like I was watching something on YouTube before Fallout came out, and it was about what someone's opinion of top 10 side missions in the Fallout series. And be honest, there is quite a bit of difference. I think one of them that I do highly remember from Fallout New Vegas or 3 was the one where you had the guys who was trying to launch themselves off into space.
New Vegas.
It was New Vegas, with the
ghouls.
Exactly, yeah. That's one thing that could be done into a TV series quite easy. But like you said, they could do it. They've got the story there, but it's if Bethesda allows it. Even Bethesda, knowing them, they'll probably make their own studio, like Ubisoft have done.
Just thought, I think the franchise they're most likely going to give to a movie first will be Dishonored.
Yeah. Well,
because it's more.
Things.
Bethesda?
Bethesda. Yeah.
Yeah, Bethesda. I think because that
could be done easily.
Yeah, it's much more easily done because they wouldn't have to say, right, we're going to have to go through every quest that we've got on there, see how we can mix them up, what we're going to leave out, all this. It's like where are they going to take them and all that. Whereas that it's more of a linear game, but you could choose how to complete the level.
Yeah.
You could either go through all guns blazing, go through stealthy.
So let's move away from this anyway, because we can all agree that Dead or Alive is the best video game movie that has come out. Another thing that I wanted to mention that was mentioned at BlizzCon, Overwatch. It turns out it's going to be coming out on the PS4 and the Xbox One as well, and it's going to be launching spring 2016. A lot of people are more surprised about it that it is not going to be free to play. In other words, now this is one thing that I'm getting a little struggling here. Where last time I remember when someone said it's free to play and not free to play, when someone says it's not free to play, I would think, oh, there's a subscription based thing here. Overwatch doesn't have a subscription. I think they're saying it because you have to actually buy the game, which I'm happy to do.
So it's basically Elder Scrolls Online.
It's Elder Scrolls on. Well, what Elder Scrolls Online has turned into.
Yeah.
Have you heard much about Overwatch? That's the one with the Team Fortress, Blizzard's attempt at Team Fortress 2.
Nope.
No.
Not heard of it. Well, I've heard of it.
You've heard of it.
I don't know anything about it. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I've seen some videos of it, and it does look quite good. The game described as Overwatch Origins Edition, which is going to have all the characters and special skins, which match with the origin stories of the characters or something like that. But yeah, like I said, it's coming out on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, as well as PC, of course. So it's nice to see that another MOBA-based game, MOBA type of game, is coming to consoles as well. It's nice to see those kind of games are suddenly appearing, and it's nice to see that Blizzard are doing this, which are huge when it comes to.
But the thing is, now we're getting a few coming over from thingy. Like we had Elite Dangerous and things. There's still games that Xbox, Microsoft announced in the not E3 this year. I think it was last year, which we've still not got.
Like
Space Engineers, we were looking forward to when it first came out.
Yeah.
Still not come out. It took them until only a few months ago for Plague Inc. to come out.
But then again, the thing with Space Engineers is
I think it's still early access.
It's not that it's early access. I think we've got to remember this is an indie studio as well who are making.
Yeah,
these
I
things.
understand that, but I would have thought they would have had a thing. I mean, going on to Sony, they still not give us a release date for Final Fantasy VII port.
That's really bugging you, isn't it?
It
Especially
is.
when they've said winter 2015 and it's still not said anything. You know what? I've got a feeling that they will be announcing something at PlayStation Experience, which is at the beginning of next month. I won't be surprised. It's either they're going to be mentioning something about the port and when that's coming out, or
It'll all be about the remake.
And the remake as well. I've got a feeling if they mention about the remake, they will mention about the port.
Yeah.
It makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
for
I would
them to
expect
do
so.
that. And I won't be surprised if they say January next year at the moment.
Well,
for
they
the
put it.
port, not the remake.
The port is listed as winter 2015.
Yeah.
So before you were saying winter goes into 2016, you can fuck off. They
2015,
they say 2015.
But then again, they say that there doesn't usually mean that it is coming out then. You got to remember. But then again, like you said, if it says winter 2015, we've still got a month and a half left.
Yeah, but you think they started trying to build up some
25th of December.
Well, like I said, you think they start trying to build up some hype for it. You know,
yeah.
See, I don't class.
I know.
I don't class November as winter either.
Yeah, I count it as-
December,
I count it
January,
as
and February
autumn.
are winter.
Yeah, but when they've got 2015.
Yeah, exactly. So
it's
winter
coming out
20,
December.
winter 2015 would be December for me.
But then again,
Yeah, but still,
in my
there's no
opinion,
news. It's one of those.
No, it's
they
one of
announced
the
it.
things we're expecting to get pushed back.
Nothing happened. Then they come out to we're at E3.
Yeah.
They actually mentioned it. Yeah, E3.
Yeah.
And then it's been nothing since, apart from the freaking stupid iOS port.
Yeah.
Why do they fucking get it? We don't.
I think that's what's irritated you the most is that they kind of
It's
just
no, it's
squeeze that in
irritating me.
between it.
It's irritating me because it's been nearly 2 years. It's been 18 months.
It'll come out on Xbox One first.
I mean, like I said, I understand things like Space Engineers and things to a degree, but
We don't
we're waiting
understand
18
that.
months down the line.
Yeah.
We're 2
And
years
to be fair,
into the cycle for the Xbox One and PS4.
Yeah.
2
And
years
to be fair,
already.
it's a port, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just a
Yeah.
port, so it shouldn't be that difficult.
But
I mean, it didn't take them, whoever did Elite Dangerous long to get that onto console.
No.
no.
It was pretty much in preview for maybe 2 months, and then
Yeah.
it was a case of you can buy it now. For,
Yeah.
I think Wasteland 2 did the same. That wasn't in preview very long now that you can buy that. You can even buy a disc version.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. I know what you're on about. Yes. Like I said, I've got a feeling that we will be finding some more information about it at PlayStation Experience. I bet we'll find a lot of information. The thing is, we got a lot. Was it last week or the week before at Paris Games Week?
I think it was weeks before, because I
week
think I was on that
before.
podcast.
We did get a lot of information about other games, and a lot of people keep on forgetting that there is still a PlayStation Experience convention expo thing. Conference that is happening at the end of the year that they did.
Yeah, they'll be
as
holding
well.
something back for that one.
Oh yeah, and more than likely, by the sounds of things, Final Fantasy sounds like that kind of game that they would do that.
Yeah.
Especially when I think is it Final Fantasy VII Remake? Is it it's a PS4 exclusive as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it will be. Yeah.
Yeah. So I won't be surprised. And same with.
No, it's timed exclusive, isn't it?
Is it timed?
I'm not 100% sure. I think it's
timed. I think it's timed.
More than likely, if it's timed exclusive, PlayStation would have probably told us. It's not like Xbox where it doesn't understand what the word timed is. Yeah, enjoy Tomb Raider, guys. Bring it out when Fallout Bloody 4 comes out. Well done.
People will buy it.
Another game. A couple of things before we move on to the quick update. The Battleborn has been delayed to May 2016, and now if you don't know what Battleborn is, it's
that was made by Borderlands.
Gearbox's MOBA game. It's been pushed back to May the 3rd, which it was originally.
So close to Star Wars Day.
It was originally going to be coming out on February the 9th, but they've not really said why they've pushed it back. They've just pushed it back.
Mm-hmm.
They've just announced we're pushing it back. Okay. But they also pushed... Take-Two had also pushed XCOM 2 from November to February as well.
But that's PC exclusive, isn't
Well, it's PC exclusive, but it is still a huge game for the 2K and Take-Two. Because a lot of people do still buy that game, especially on PC, because they love their RTS type of stuff, don't they? Over there. The other thing I wanted to mention was, have you guys heard of Star Citizen? I think everybody's heard of bloody Star Citizen now.
Is that the one that's got 70-odd million crowdfunding?
No, well, yeah, but it seems that we found with...
Either it is or it isn't.
Yeah, it is the one with a ton of crowdfunding, yes. Well, I think we found out where $30,000 have come from. One person, and I mean just one person, has spent $30,000 on a game that hasn't even come out yet. I wouldn't spend that on a game that has come out.
Yeah, people have more money than sense. Don't they?
Yeah, you've had games come out with stupid pre-order bonuses, a stupid edition. I think with Grid 2 had like $1 million one.
1 minute.
Where you got
This guy is not getting a special edition of this before you say anything.
But let me finish my point.
Okay.
Right. Now, this person's clearly got more money than sense.
Yeah.
Well, I'd hope he's got a lot of money, because if he spends every bit of his money into this game, he's going to be
sold his house.
He'll end up with no laptops actually played on, or no PCs actually played on. But my point was,
really
you've had stupid... I mean, what? Saints Row, that's another one.
Oh,
that had a stupid...
WOD edition.
Yeah, that was a stupid
Did anyone actually
load of
buy
stuff.
that?
But that's my point. Who in the right mind is going to buy all that stuff?
It was like Grid 2, wasn't it? It was the one that came with the car.
Well,
yeah.
This is going to be fun because the guy has actually had to have a second job to fund this.
Oh.
Yeah, so this guy's got less sense and less money. Yeah, the gamer whose handle is Aussie311 described taking on second jobs, not just one, but multiple jobs in real life to come up with the money. He says he hasn't financed anything, and calls Star Citizen creator Chris Roberts one of the three most influential people in his life. The other two also are not relatives. He weighs in against accusations hurled at Roberts and his studio following a year of delays to core components of the game. This is the reason why they found out about this, is because of the delays in the game.
Yeah.
It's not. This guy hasn't been moaning about the delays. He's been defending them about the delays. Even better, he says that he knows he'll end up spending more money on this game. He spent $30,000 already. And like I said, he's not spent it on a special edition or anything. He's just been buying bloody ships.
John Snow, what that guy needs?
Help.
A girlfriend.
Excellent.
A girlfriend. Because if he got a girlfriend,
he needs to move out of his...
No one is, look. He'd probably find somebody who's just as interested in Star Citizen as him.
Now, like I said, we know that Star Citizen have got virtual ships. We can know that the prices from $110, $250, $400, and even higher. But no offense, no, you probably could make your own ship with that amount of money at the moment. I've heard rocket fuel is not that expensive nowadays. Just go and ask NASA. They probably call it spare because they're not going into space anymore.
Well, there's a British guy going to space, you dipstick.
Yeah, he's going up with the Russians.
Yeah. NASA is America.
Yeah, no. NASA will be going up, what?
No, Russia's going up.
Yeah.
It's the international station, it's not just the Russians.
No.
Yeah. But NASA has no vehicles to get them into space anymore, so they have to, because the shuttles are grounded. Because the shuttles are grounded, so NASA have subcontracted space to Russia.
They're probably shooting off morons who spent $30,000 on a single game that hasn't even come out and who's been delayed. Oh, whatever. It's his
anyway.
He probably loves the game, but like I said,
it's not a game. There's no fucking game to love.
There's no game there.
He loves the concept of a game. That's all he loves.
These are the kind of stories that make me think, you know what? Yeah, call gamers whatever you want. This is the reason why we called this.
He's not a gamer because he's not playing the damn frigging game.
Yeah, because he's got to take on about 3 or 4 jobs just to fund what he's actually bought on.
I was going to say,
he's still going to buy more.
He's not a gamer
he
yet.
Can't
He's not
play the game he's bought.
game.
He can't play this game because it doesn't exist. He can't play the games he has got because he's having to do second jobs.
It's basically
this one guy is
a
making
whore.
stars.
He's hoarding himself out to whoever will give him money.
Got money for
Put
a
your
new
burgers.
ship.
Yes.
You know what? I feel sorry. I've got a feeling this little Aussie guy has got all these ships. Yeah, he's still on his own in one ship. I'm on my own.
What's
Where
the
is your
depressing
foot?
thing? He'll probably die of old age before the game actually gets released.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, one game, non-game related note. Have you heard about the guy whose dying wish was to see the Star Wars movie?
Yes,
Yeah.
and they let him see it. They died a few days later.
Yeah, that is really nice of Disney to do that. Still an evil company, but
Yeah.
well, it's nice. The thing is, it's nice to see when a company, but the often is a bit product placement.
PR stunt.
It's PR stunt.
Of
But
course it is.
Yeah, well,
but then
there's
it's
things
the
like that.
They didn't really have to do
if this,
that, did they?
they
But
didn't
they
have
did.
to, but I mean, you see it a lot happening nowadays because social media is so big.
Yeah.
You see things like that happening a lot more. I mean, there was one Cristiano Ronaldo a family got in touch with him asking for some form of memorabilia so they can like auction off to pay for towards the son's operation, and he ended up paying for the actual operation instead.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it
Rooney
was.
slapped Wade Barrett.
Yeah. How do you get? How does that segue? We're talking about good
You said
stories. about
Because you mentioned
you know,
Cristiano Ronaldo, that's what it is. That's how Jesus' brain works.
Is Hanks's camera behind?
Probably.
Yeah, I think it is a little bit. You've never seen the cameras behind, have you? It's usually
No, it's
your
usually
camera.
my camera.
It's normally your camera's behind.
Yeah. Anyway,
It's alright on Twitch, it's fine.
Yeah. It's I can hear him, but there's no lip movement.
Yeah, it's fine on Twitch.
And now I can see lip movement and there's no sound.
I think his camera's a little bit slow or something.
No, it's just me. It's
He's
slow
biting his
motion.
finger.
Yeah.
Right.
Just
Anyway,
slow motion.
Let's go through the quick update before we do our usual UK charts, next new releases and blah, all that stuff.
well, not UK charts going to be dominated by.
If you're going to say Fallout, you're wrong.
Well, I was
only
going to
come out
say
yesterday,
Black
that's
Ops. I was going to say Black
Ops 3.
Anyway,
Followed
So,
by Halo.
First of all, Nintendo has announced that they are going to be doing the first new Nintendo Direct in months since the death of I keep forgetting his name, Satoru Iwata.
Yeah, I was going to say what. I remember his last name. I couldn't remember his first name.
I don't think they've actually said who is going to be doing the presentation.
Probably Iwata's reanimated corpse.
It's just going to be Mario.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot Halloween's already gone.
There's a Gear VR consumer version available for pre-order. This is Samsung's Gear VR, by the way, for just under $100. That's quite cheap for a VR headset. But I think that's the one where you put the phone in anyway, so it's not worth it.
Yeah, when you say VR has it for $100, you're thinking, that's not going to be very good quality.
It's not going to be the best one.
America's National Video Game Museum is set to open in December. I think we've already got one here in the UK. I think Nottingham's definitely got one, which I've been to a few times. And I know Germany's got one, but it's nice to see that there's more of those museums opening up for video games. It just shows how big of a
Well, they've been around a long time now,
nowadays.
so
It does now, yeah.
Yeah, I wonder how. There's got to be at least one section where about the collapse, at least. Twitch. Have you heard about the Bob Ross Twitch stream?
Nope, because I haven't heard anything because I've been working on Fallout 4.
There was a stream on. There was a 9-day streaming marathon of Bob Ross's Joy of Painting, which was on Twitch. It came to an end on Friday. Well, they actually have announced that every Monday they will be doing one season of it, which is about 3 hours long, which will be going up onto Twitch. So it's nice to see that they're doing something different that isn't just gaming or very, very bad music videos. So
I'm saying no. Painting.
Yeah, it's painting. Look, the Americans love the painting. It's the guy with the weird voice. It's nice and calm. It's AMSR.
So you're going to go to a video streaming service
to watch someone paint,
which is free, which is predominantly up until recently, solely until recently about gaming, and watch some numbnuts paint.
No. It's Bob Ross who's painting.
Who the fuck's Bob Ross?
Bob Ross is awesome.
Have you seen what Sheila LaBeouf is doing?
Well, what is he doing now?
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Well, because what was the last? I'm trying to think. What last video? He did something nuts before. This one apparently he's spending 48 hours solid streaming himself watching his movies.
Because no one else will.
Yeah, 48 hours worth of films.
Well, apparently it's 48. So I mean, he must be watching, the Transformer franchise several times, I'm presuming. But
we can't watch 4 because it's not in it.
But apparently it's like that's what he's now doing. So you can go on and watch him streaming, him in a cinema in New York, I think, watching his own films with members of the public.
Are you watching his face? Are you watching the film? Are you watching a bit of both?
I think you're just watching him.
Anyway.
This is his follow up to the last thing, which was it skipping on Skype? That was his last one, wasn't it? You can watch him skip.
I'll see you.
No. Let's just move on with more gaming stuff. EA Sports UFC 2 has been announced. There's more details have come out, but I haven't found them. So yeah, there you go. UFC 2 is being made. Everyone's happy.
Yeah, it's good. It's the yearly thing. It's UFC.
Yeah,
it's like we've had NHL. We've had.
They didn't do a UFC last year, did they?
Did they?
I'm
sure they did.
I know they do everything.
I know
it's EA. The space will
I know it's in the vault, but it's been in the vault free when it first was announced. When EA Access was first announced, so it was 2014. I don't think there's been a UFC game this year.
Don't know.
Anyway, where was I? Next.
I think it's every 2 years they do that.
Yeah, which makes some sense with that one, I guess.
Oh no,
yeah.
Because I don't think they changed much with what fighters they've got there.
No.
But then again, they bring WWE 2K out every year, so.
Yeah, but a lot can happen in a year.
There's a lot that can happen before the game comes out.
Plus, UFC's real.
Well, they only have one UFC game out actually here. Because originally it was THQ.
But yeah.
Oh yeah, it was.
Obviously, THQ went under and EA got it.
The Game Awards is returning for a second year. I'm not surprised. I think a lot of people just watch that for new trailers or something nowadays anyway. They don't really care about the rewards that come out of that. But yeah, that's coming up again next month.
Is that the golden joystick, is it?
No. This is the what used to be the VGAs.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, it's the show. The show will return on December the 3rd at 6 p.m. Pacific time. So what's that, about 3 a.m. or something like that?
Something like that,
yeah. Oh, UFC 2 is going to be launching 2016 with new online and offline experiences. So that's nice. Konami is working to make fake limbs.
Prosthetic.
Thank you.
Prosthetic.
Yeah, for Metal Gear Solid.
Or in GD's case, pathetic.
Pathetic
prosthetic.
Prosthetic. Don't make me say this bloody word. I'm not good with words.
I'm just imagining GD now with pathetic limbs.
that's just GD as he is now.
But yeah, Konami's making. At least they've got some. They've got to do something. They're not doing much nowadays.
Yeah. Have we actually found the mystery of whether they've
put Kojima? Yeah, he's locked up in their basement.
Yeah.
He's not coming out. Steam has launched a game sale in honor of their Steam Machine release. Games include Shovel Knight, Soma, Alien Isolation, Amnesia the Dark. So basically, some of the games that we did during our Nights of Horror. That's nice. Rise of the Tomb Raider has some interesting Twitch interactivity on Xbox One. If you play the Expedition mode on while you're streaming it, people will be given the opportunity, with Dead Nation and that lot, where you could pick to make it harder or anything, or make weird things happen in the game. They're going to be bringing that to Rise of the Tomb Raider, so that people will buy that game. They'll buy it, but they won't buy it until probably next year, knowing there's... I'm not getting it yet.
No.
J.J. Abrams and Chair, who are the people who made Infinity Blade for the iOS devices and Shadow Complex, I've announced a game collaboration called Spy Jinx. It'll be interesting. J.J. Abrams is behind it, so
yeah, should be good.
Yeah. I think that's it. That's pretty much what news has come out. Have you guys got any stories you want to mention?
Nope.
Like I said, most of it has been Fallout related.
Yeah.
So
there's always going to be one this week.
Yeah.
That's just like I say, people will be going around on Twitter with the Pit Boys. Oh, we didn't mention about the Pit Boys in game.
Oh yeah, about they've been short supplied or something. They've actually had to tell people that they haven't got a Pit Boy edition. Unfortunately,
at first, I think there's been some confusion at some point. I think at first the people thought they've cancelled their order, but then
I've heard that
I think they've come out
supply.
I think they've come out afterwards and said they won't be getting it on release, which obviously they won't.
They've said it's delayed, haven't they? They will be delayed.
But I feel sorry. Just still give them the game. Just say, come back for the Pit Boy later.
Well, the Paul did get the game. The Paul did say that.
Yeah, I hope they did, because no offense, if you go,
they can still play the game. Still works.
I know. I'm hoping they do that. That's what I said.
Yeah.
But I feel sorry for people if they were in the midnight launch, waiting for the Pit Boy. Just say, unfortunately, we've not got your game at the moment. Can you maybe come back January?
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong with this. I think it was mainly online orders.
Right. That's all right. Well, no, that's not all right.
Well, basically, people could they could fob off via email instead of having to face them face to face.
Yeah.
And like that, you got some weedy little person behind the counter going, "Sorry, sir, I haven't got your Pit Boy."
Well, it seems like a story that we're probably going to continue in next week anyway, because we haven't got all the information from that at the moment. So, unfortunately. Moving on, UK game charts. So 2015 so far reveals there have never been more games released on a Tuesday, with 25 and counting, with the previous record was 2012 with 17 for the whole year. But Activision's 25 games have already come out on Tuesday. But Activision's Call of Duty Black Ops 3 forsakes Tuesday for Friday for the first time since 2009. So that's 6 iterations ago. So Black Ops...
Ghost, Black Ops 2.
Yeah. What game?
Advanced Warfare.
Then it would have been...
Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First Ghosts. Modern Warfare 2.
Or was it Black Ops?
Black Ops.
Right, so let's go back. We had. So is it the 6th including this one?
No, it's not including this one.
Right, so you had Advanced Warfare last year. Year before it was Ghosts.
Yeah.
Year before that was
No. 6 would be including this one. 2009.
Oh, so you've got Black Ops 3. You've got Advanced Warfare. Then is it Ghosts before that?
Yeah.
Ghosts before Advanced Warfare.
Then it was Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah.
Then it would have been
Black Ops
2.
Then Modern Warfare 2.
Modern Warfare 2 is the 6th.
Yeah.
So it would have been the first Black Ops, which would have been the... Oh, no, it would have been Modern Warfare 2, which was a Friday. I think a lot of Americans are more confused by this than us because they're not used to a game coming out on a Friday. Yeah. But anyway, so Black Ops 3 launched on Friday the 6th of November, and the UK gamers had to divide their disposable income between fireworks, the Treyarch-developed first-person shooter, and the continued wallet drain of Spectre in cinema. Now, however, Black Ops 3 explodes on the scenes at number 1, and in terms of revenue generated in week 1, regardless of the release day, Black Ops 3 ranks at number 14 amongst all titles. Compared to other Call of Duty titles, this is the 7th in terms of week 1 takings, though of course all of those above it benefited from 5 days of sell-through in week 1. So they're the games that came out on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
With the UK chart, it runs from Sunday to Saturday. The PS4 and Xbox One transitions is overwhelming, with 91% of sales units coming from these two formats, compared to last year's where it was only 68%. EA's FIFA 16 climbs one place to number 2, and EA have the only other new entry at number 3 as Need for Speed arrives for the PS4 and Xbox One. Microsoft's Halo 5 Guardians drops from number 1 to number 4, and Ubisoft's Assassin's Creed Syndicate drops 3 places to number 5. There's numerous re-entries due to the various retailer promotions, most notable of which is Nintendo's Mario Kart 7, which is back at number 14. So in other words, down 3 places to number 5 is Assassin's Creed Syndicate, down 3 places to number 4 is Halo 5 Guardians. Yeah. New at number 3 is Need for Speed. Up 1 place to number 2 is FIFA 16, and new at number 1 is Call of Duty Black Ops 3, which we already have an idea that Fallout 4 is going to be the new one next week anyway.
Next 3 weeks, I think next 3 weeks you're going to have 3 new different games in there. Fallout 4 next week.
Yeah.
Rise of Tomb Raider, and Battlefront.
Rise of the Tomb Raider would be in the Fallout one.
Yeah, Fallout week. Because it's
I'm saying over the coming weeks, these are going to be added to. They're going to take over.
I've got a feeling. I've got an idea. The top 2 will be probably.
I think the top 2 for a while is going to be Fallout 4 and Battlefront. I think.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Fallout next week. Looking at, I think it's going to be Fallout 4 as number 1.
Black Ops,
and then Tomb Raider. I think Tomb Raider will still sell quite well.
Yeah, it'll sell more. It'll sell more than FIFA should anyway.
Yeah, definitely. But then again, you got to remember we're a football country, so it's the UK charts.
But there's only so many weeks that FIFA can stay in the charts at the top 5.
Yeah. Well, especially
it's going to get to a point where it
hits
its downslide.
So, do you want to get new game releases first, or do you want to talk about what things we've got planned this week? If you've got anything planned this week,
do the game releases first. I think because it would be quick. Because I think we mentioned most of them.
Yeah.
Oh, you said that. We don't know what's coming out on Steam.
We try and avoid Steam as much because that is a long list.
Neither do we care.
Surprisingly, a lot of people do.
Yeah.
Not those.
Nah.
Oh, there is one game, on Steam that's coming out this week. Football Manager 2016.
Anyway.
That's my favourite.
So, starting with Friday the 13th of November. Rise of the Tomb Raider comes out on the 360 and Xbox One. Football Manager 2016 comes out on the PC. Rodia, the Sky Soldier comes out on the Wii U and 3DS. Sword Art Online Lost Song comes out on the PS4 and PS Vita. By the way, if you've got the original, the other Sword Art Online, you can get it for cheaper on the PlayStation Store for about £30. Adventure Time, Finn and Jake Investigations comes out on the 360, PS3, Wii U, Xbox One, PS4 and 3DS. And Chromia Omega comes out on the PS4. Then, that is it.
Is that it? Yeah.
Well, the next one's a Thursday. Do we talk about Thursday?
Can do.
No.
Yeah, we do because
we can do.
People, yeah.
Because for audio.
Yeah. On Thursday, the 19th of November, we have 3 games coming out. We've got Star Wars Battlefront on Xbox One, PS4, and PC.
What's the current thing about doing games on Thursday?
I have no idea.
No.
What was it? Not Need for Speed.
Yeah, Australia's
Why Thursday?
for some weird reason.
Yeah.
Why Australia?
No idea. I do not pick when the games come out. They pick them themselves.
You think that they choose the biggest market they're going to sell, and think right, we'll gear it towards that market.
You would have thought. Yeah, I know what you mean. I would have thought. There's nothing special about that Thursday either. So, anyway, two more games. Assassin's Creed Syndicate comes out on the PC on that day as well. Yeah, they still not got that game. And Game of Thrones Season Pass Disc comes out on the 360, PS3, Xbox One, PS4, and PC. So Game of Thrones finishes this week.
Hi,
as well.
Shimmy.
Hi, Shimmy. How you doing, mate?
Hi, Shimmy.
I still can't see chat.
I know. You should see some things that people in
I know, the things
about
people
you.
said about you, GD.
Someone said you're an a-hole, a sewer pervert.
You guys are supposed to be moderating this.
Eh?
You guys are supposed to be moderating this.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, it's. I was gonna say
I'm
it's
writing it.
right, isn't it?
You didn't see that one coming.
I would expect nothing different from you, mate. Anyway, so let's just mention what stuff we are going to be planning to do this week, streaming-wise, game night-wise, starting with Caj.
What?
Any game nights?
I'm talking to Shimmy.
Any game nights, streams? You're going to be
testing
on,
WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think Sunday's we're gonna have to do it then, unless you're free next week, because I'm on nights next week.
Afternoon on Sunday, so I could do.
Yeah, but
afterwards.
next week I'm on night, so it'll have to be morning if we're gonna do it next week.
Right. Okay.
So there's that to look forward to. So I'll be part of that. I won't be actually streaming it. I'm gonna test out Mass Effect for next week. Hopefully that'll friggin' work.
You've already got one bit there, haven't you?
I've got my first part there. I've done basically the prologue.
Yeah.
But then, for some bizarre reason, Twitch wouldn't, and then I got fobbed off with a generic answer when I messaged Twitch support.
Yeah, you never told us what they said about it.
Oh, I think I've deleted the email. Oh, fucking... Let me see if I can...
Anyway, we'll talk to us afterwards, yeah.
Other than that... No, unless it's something impromptu.
So, if Caj is going to be doing any streaming, you can find him at twitch.tv/CAJR87. Also on Twitter at CAJR87. I can't see what Shimmy's saying. I am really in. What's going on? Anyway, Hanksy, what about you, mate? Have you got any streams planned, any game nights planned?
I've got nothing planned stream-wise. I mean, I will be, obviously, Fallout. I should be playing some Halo. I've still got to finish off Assassin's Creed. But it's mainly, I think, going to be Fallout and Halo. So, my plan is to jump on, play some multiplayer on Halo and play through more of the campaign. But as I say, mainly, I think it's going to be Fallout for the next week.
That's cool.
Oh, the games for gold.
Gold.
Oh, I've got an email off.
Top
of my thing. For some reason, it's only come through today. Numa, Night Squad, Dirt 3, and Dungeon Siege 3.
Is it Night Squad that we get on the 15th?
Yeah.
We also get the Xbox 360 games as well because of backwards compatibility.
Sweet. I need to find. I might have deleted that email actually.
Anyway, when Hanksy is doing any stream, you can find him at twitch.tv/Hanksy1979.
Yep.
Oh, you can also follow him on Twitter by going to which I've realised at Andy Hank. It's not Hanksy 1979 like we've been saying often.
I think you can use it. I think if you type in Hanksy 1979,
you come up anyway, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing. So.
I've read Shimmy's been spending 2 hours today making bases on Fallout 4.
I did 2 hours yesterday, Shimmy, I think, or 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
I've done about, what time did I start? From about 7 o'clock till about 8:30. Then I realised I need to have a bath before the podcast.
Yeah. Anyway, for me, I will be. Well, I want to do some Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. I've got to speak to Billy when we're going to be doing that. I think we're going to be doing a Zombie Bites, but I don't know when we're doing that yet. Like I said, we're testing the WWE stuff, and Hanksy, maybe we might do that sometime this week.
Maybe.
What's
It's
that?
finding
Oh yeah,
Super Fight.
Super Fight. Yeah,
It's finding time with teaching and everything else at the moment.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, the thing is, we might do this. We might even not be until December. We might do it as a special thing for the festive season. No one knows.
That sounds good.
That sounds more like a thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Main campaign. He just realised that there's a main campaign. Well done. Well done, Shimmy. But same again with me. Unfortunately, I've blamed Fallout. That's the best way we can say this. Blame Fallout. We are going to be doing streaming. You can find me at twitch.tv/GDW2007. You already know where the podcast is, at twitch.tv/CTG Podcast. On Twitter, I am at GDW2007, and Crave Your Game is at Crave Your Game, of course. For the audio version...
Hey, Johnster.
Hey, Johnster, how you doing, mate?
We finally got a bit of
I'm slow. I can't see you, but I can see Shimmy and Johnster.
Well, you can't see what I put earlier.
No.
Such
Yeah, okay.
Never seen it like that.
I know. I think it's something to do with the mobile app or something. Anyway, for the audio version of the podcast and the update, you can find those. The update, which comes out on a Monday. You can find those at craveyourgame.wordpress.com. And for a very friendly community, as long as you're 18 and over, you can join us at cravethegame.net, which is what the CTG stands for in the CTG Podcast, if you did not know that. Yeah. I think that's everything. Oh, and for videos that we put up onto YouTube, including this, the podcast, you can find those at youtube.com/craveyourgames. This week we've put up the first part of The Sims 4, where we meet the Cravers. On Tuesday we put up... What did we put up on Tuesday? Plants vs. Zombies.
Heavenlies. Was it Plants or was it Heavenlies?
Yeah, there was some Plants vs. Zombies.
Yeah, it was Plants vs. Zombies. Because today we've put up Billy's third part of Silent Hill 2, where he finally goes into the hospital. You're an asshole, mate. I'm starting to slowly see chat now, by the way.
Yeah, I was just to put it back in, just so you could see it.
And I'm not...
You want to go back to the sewers, mate? Yeah, Shimmy wants to go back to the Fable sewers. He wants to go back there. Revisit his crowning moment.
I'm really worried about our fan base.
We have fans?
Surprisingly, yeah.
Well, Shimmy says some nice sewers on Fallout 4 for you.
You told me there weren't any!
No, I said there was no bases in sewers on Fallout 4. Nothing
Anyway.
no sewers at all.
I think we'll come to the end of the podcast anyway. Cajr, Hanksy, thanks for joining me this week.
No props.
Next week, hopefully I've got... You're going to hate me for this. I think we've got Doc back next week.
I'm not going to hate you. I'm going to hate Doc because he reappears when I'm not going to be there. Doc, if you're listening, you're an arsehole.
Oh.
I want a divorce.
Oh no! Team Creeper wins! We won in the end, Hanksy!
You win nothing.
We win everything. Thank you for joining us, everybody, and we will see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.
First game that they're actually turning into a story that doesn't have a story, and they've done it so well, even with the fact that they're not using they're not doing an origin story of Minecraft, are they? They are basically doing it as, guess what, this is going to happen here, and they've even brought out something new to the Minecraft universe, which is a Neverstorm. Have you seen the image of what the Neverstorm is?
No.
No, it's that big cloud thing that seems to be attacking the world.